part 2 because well, how do I say everyone but make it sound like I'm saying you guys, because I don't want to. You life forms. Yeah, that works. Really did show that you wanted a second part by the support. So thank you again for that. Well, the last time we went from 100,000 BC to 1969. So let's get into this. Right, Mudkip? Oh yeah, you're a fictional character with no other facial expression because I don't draw and I don't really know any artists for this type of thing. Follow me on Twitter. I like art. 1971, Ocean Man has a stand, is the strongest across the land. That you understand. Jotaro Kujo. You also get the birth of Knuckles and a humanoid emerald. I mean, Dunkin' Donuts. Noriaki Kakyoin. Sorry. I have a question though. Why do they call him Kakyoin and why do they call him Avidal and Polnareff? Why do they call him by their last names but they call Jotaro by his first? What if they were just known as Noriaki, Muhammad, and John? Actually, you know what, never mind. We also get the birth of Masazo Kinoto, but you know you don't care about that at all. 1972, the birth of the clouds and heaven. Or like, yeah, because it sounds like in heaven, right? No? No? Okay, no. It's the birth of Enrico Pucci and Weather Report. 1974, the birth of Risotto Nero, the stand user of Metallica, which is one of the best named stands in all of JoJo. I can easily say that. Circa 1976, the blind servant of Dio, John Gallier, is born, or in Japanese, John Gallier. 1978, the worst character in Diamond is Unbreakable is born, Tamami Kobayashi, the stand user for the stand The Lock, and just I hate this guy. 1979, a green baby is born. That green baby grows up to be Rohan Kishibe. You might know him as the stand user to Heaven's Door, Koichi's owner, or that one guy that a lot of girls have their eye on, and I can easily tell you that both Josuke and Rohan have pulled way more women than anyone except for Jotaro, and none of these guys are even real. Oh, you thought I was talking about in the anime? No, nope, not even in the anime. Nope, not at all. Nope, I'm sad. Circa 1979, the stand user to the infamous Yo-Yo Ma is born, DNG, and that's a stupid hat. 1980, March 25th, the birth of the ex-cop and the questionable gang member Leon Abacchio, the stand user of Moody Blues. And why would you even do that to a perfectly good cup of tea? What's wrong with you? Well, who does that? September 27th, the person you probably thought was a girl when you first saw him, Lord of the Zippers and the stand user of Sticky Fingers, Bruno Bucciolati, is born. Circa 1980, the purple-haired, very enthusiastic rock star Akira Otoshi, the stand user of Red Hot Chili Pepper, is born. Oh yeah, you also get, you know what? No. These Stone Ocean guys, they're weird. Like really weird. Stone Ocean is weird. JoJo's weird. I guess that's why it's called a bizarre adventure. 1980, the year of Keicho Nijimura, Okuyasu's brother and the stand user of Bad Company, is born. And you also have Toshikazu Hazmada, the stand user of Surface, which I'm actually pretty surprised about because Hazmada looks like he's in Koichi's grade and Keicho's a pretty grown guy. Plus he has the big brother role, which means he's basically twice his own age. I'm a big brother, I have the certification on this. 1982. Okay, before getting into this, Gemini is either late May or somewhere in June, right? Well, put that there and track that about 9 months. So you would possibly get September, right? So Joseph cheats on his wife with Tomoko in 1982, Josuke being born in 1983. So this made me think, well, why would Joseph be in Japan in September? Then I remember that Joseph was born on September 27th. Joseph came to Japan not to visit his daughter or his grandson. He came there to party. That's all types of messed up. But I guess if you help save the earth, you get a buy on certain things that would be problems. Oh yeah, and December 3rd, Mista is born. I just think it's funny because what if he was born on December 4th at 4:44? Well, I guess that'd be pretty messed up in his case because, you know, the whole come on, man, you read it. Or have you? August 1983, Purple Rain was born. I see you, Araki, all of those little references. All right, well, in 1983, Josuke was born. Now, I could add my little odd compliments on Josuke, but I like to take a moment to focus on the fact that Araki had made Josuke born in the same year that Purple Rain was born. Josuke already had similarities to Prince, but I think that this year is just another thing where I have to look at Araki and say, good job, man. Just a little pat on the back and a little kiss on the cheek, something like that. In the same year, you have the man with the hand. Well, the stand, the hand. Jeez, that was okay. Okuyasu Nijimura. You also have the births of Narancia and Yukiko. Aside from all of these births, I'd like to highlight that it's also Kira's first murder, August 13th, which means that Remy dies, Arnold dies, and Remy's parents die all in that night. But he didn't take her hands, so what's in your head, Kira? You said you wanted to do it because of the hands. You didn't take the hands. What was the point? So then you don't take the hands, and then the ocean man leads you out of land. Almost forgot, they fished Dio out of the ocean too. Dio gets a lot of stuff done in the couple of years leading on after this. The man really does get work done quick. Be like Dio when it comes to workflow. This guy gets it. 1984. This was born. This alone was one of the best things to ever happen to JoJo. Also, Joseph meets Avdol for the first time, and J-Gile does something to Polnareff that makes him hate him. He killed his sister, and he kinda did something else. 1985, Pankata Fugo was born. I wonder if his family showed up for it after I left halfway through. April 16th, the birth of a god. Giorno Giovanna is born, the best main timeline JoJo, and oh, I can't do it. Spread information, right? This is my opinion, but you know you love him. The Spice Girl Trish Yuna was also born, and at this time, Diavolo was only 19 too, so that's something. Not Joseph to Tomoko type of something, but it's something. 1986, Diavolo finds 6 plots and a bow and sells 5 of them to a cynical old woman. The same old lady, her name's Enya, grabs one of the arrows and stabs Dio with it. Both Dio and Joseph start feeling really tingly and, you know, fighting spirits and all of that. Polnareff and Dio start their relationship, and let me stop this right here to a second to tell you that no, they don't actually start dating. A good amount of people thought Joseph actually got married to Pillarman in the last video, and I'm like, you watched the show. You know what? That didn't happen. What? 1987. Dio finds a 15-year-old boy and tries to lure him in with... Hold on, let me get my glasses. A natural phenomenon by which all things with mass are brought towards one another. Dio likes kids. Circa 1988. Kira's dad dies and, get this, Hermes Costello and Ken Oyanagi are born. The rock, paper, scissors kid. I wonder how he's doing. It's been a while. 1988. Alright, now this is where some points will connect for some people because there's been confusion on what happened when. So that whole Pucci and Weather Report encounter and the manifestation of their stands began first. Then Pucci and Dio have this moment of time where they talk about heaven and all of that. Avdol and Kakyoin encounter Dio, and one got a seed planted into him and the other one didn't. Bud. Nope. I meant Bud. Flesh Bud. Yeah. And then you have Stardust Crusaders. So basically 1988 ended with the first season of Stardust Crusaders. 1989 was Battle of Egypt, which is basically Stardust Crusaders Season 2. Matter of fact, I'm actually pretty sure that it's more classified as Stardust Crusaders Season 2, and that's a poll for you guys. I'm not gonna actually put a poll, but I'm pretty sure there's an argument between like who actually calls it like Battle of Egypt. So, but before all of that, you have the Egypt 9 glory gods at Dio's mansion. Now, I have a grip with these guys being the higher-ups of the villains. Stardust Crusaders had bad villains, but you know, having these guys as the higher-ups is a pretty bad sight by itself. The only good ones being this blonde guy, the bird, and actually that's about it. I would have loved if Alessi was a good guy, actually. Could have kept a lot of people young and stuff. Oh, and Okuyasu and Keicho's dad catches a cold. Now, from 1990 to 1998, not a lot of stuff happens. Well, actually, a lot of stuff happens. I'm just not sure if you guys would really even care because it's not a huge part of the story. So I'm going to be shooting a couple of these at you so you have some fun facts about JoJo. Except for 1992, I almost forgot. So, string girl Jolene Cujo was born in 1992. I hope it doesn't seem that I have something against Stone Ocean. I really don't. Maybe it's the enemies. Circa 1992, Bruno kills 2 gangsters at the age of 12. He's done more than me already, I can tell you that. 1995, Rohan takes up drawing comics at the age of 16 and... Oh, sorry, no, I meant manga. Mango. Mangakuko. Yeah, Mangoko. Yeah, that one. Circa 1998, Fugo finishes his college studies at the age of 13. The fuck? Now, you guys know that 1999 is the Bizarre Summer music. you have Diamond is Unbreakable. So I'll give you guys different facts that happened during 1999 besides DIU, because you've already seen the show, so you guys know what happens. Jotaro is 28. This isn't an event. He's 28 and he has a 7-year-old back home. That's really good stuff to you, Ocean Man. Morio has 81 disappearance cases, so that shows you how busy Kira had got, and I'm not really sure if there's even some other killer that matches up to Kira's track record. That's both cool and terrifying. And now we finish this up with the confrontation of Diavolo and Polnareff, and Polnareff discovering the Requiem abilities of the arrow. But to be honest, I think that this is probably one of the most saddest things inside of JoJo. Imagine that you really do need one of your closest friends because, well, you almost fucking died and they're not picking up the phone at all, and you don't have any other friends because they're kind of dead, push you to the edge. Plus, they don't check up on you either. Now, I would be terribly hurt, especially after the almost dying part, but not picking up the phone is 10 times worse than almost dying. You basically already died by the time you hit voicemail, and you keep on calling. That's 10 more times that you died, so it's just sad. I loved Porunarufu. He didn't deserve this. Also, I don't want to forget this because I blame myself for this one in the last video. So the deal, like that deal in the rubble, that did happen. It was just after the credits, so that's that. Now here's the second thing. JoJo 6251. It has a timeline that I used in the last background that no one had noticed, and I got a lot of comments for that for sure. But as you can see, these are in Japanese, but it's translated in the JoJo Wiki. Now along with that, the JoJo Wiki does have extra information and provided by its users. So along with that, no, I already just said that, but so the best way to pay homage or citing to mention that is also that I really do want to thank Middle Kaiser and whoever translated that, because I'm pretty sure they had to spend their time translating, and I actually understand like the whole reasoning behind people like being upset. So they do have a Twitter and that you guys should be following. They retweet a lot of JoJo news, and that's all that. That's all of that, and altogether, yeah, basically. I'm sorry. So thank you guys for taking your time to watch this. I'm going to be doing one last one because I don't generally like too long videos, because it makes my workflow slower when I'm trying to make more videos, but then people want longer videos in general, so I'm probably gonna have to make it about like 2 videos a week, hopefully a 3 depending on what. I have to plan for a 3 due to something that's going to be added in the future later on, so there's that. But in the longer, more analytical videos, it's going to take a bit longer. So I have a poll in the top right corner for what video is going to be next. You guys can pick what. And there's also going to be a second poll in the description. The same one might be in the comments. That all depends if I'm awake when doing this. So follow me on Twitter for any video updates, because also I never really tell people about my Twitter. I never plug it here. So there's that. I also plugged in the beginning, basically. I also know I said this earlier, but if someone were to make some art for me and Mudkip, that'd be great. Honestly, at this point, like anything. But, you know, Mudkip's been going around wanting to be posing, like me and him posing like that one guy who sprinkles salt on the meat and he slaps the meat around. Like, you know, that one guy. No? Yeah, okay, let's just finish this here. Slapping meat around. I'll see you guys in the next one. So until then, peace out and Godspeed.